else left now, guys, is that right there, the Bow Pulpit. Everything else is done. I'm not going to put in the cowling this year. I'm going to wait to put that in next year. I'm just anxious to get this in the water. And we can live without the cowling. It's not the end of the world. But deck cleat and the hose piper permanently there. It's nicely done, if I do say so myself. I'm really proud of it. So anyway, we're good. We're good. Let's see if we can get a picture here. Well, guys, the starboard aft leg of the Bow Pulpit is now not permanently located, but I managed to get all 3 bolts to go through, and I'm going to go below and take a look and see where we're at with it, and then we're going to move from one to the next and I think next we're going to go over to port, try to get that one resolved. But it took a little bit of finagling, a little bit of messing around with the positioning in the pot. Have to go a little bit more this way, a little bit more that way, so that all 3 of them would eventually line up. But all 3 of them are in the pot. I see something really nice. This is the port aft foot of the tow rail, not tow rail, Randy, of the Bow Pulpit. Check this out. Look at that. Right on center. Hang on. Right on center. Right on center. Beautiful. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to bend this because this is terribly bent out of shape here. At least the holes lined up. All the bolts went down through very nicely. But I'm going to have to do the best I can to bend this back into place, and then cock like crazy underneath it, and then see if we have enough torque with the nuts from below and the fender washers to crank this down a little bit. So anyway, okay, we can take this off right now. This has been able, this suspended DeWalt drill case has been holding everything in place while we set all the bolts and everything. Now I can take it off because I've got bolts actually holding. So what I've decided to do, a complete bed of beetle tape. There's several pieces under here that take up the whole circumference of the flange. And then after it's all in place, and I take the screws and put it down through the, you can't even see the hole, but I find the hole and I put the beetle tape, put the screws are actually bolts down through there. And now everything is going to basically be completely surrounded, jacketed with beetle tape all underneath the flange, and that should keep everything nice and dry. Okay, I'm going to do it over here on my starboard side. Then I got to move back here and start working on the aft feet, and then we'll go below and start bolting everything home. Guys, that's it for the day. I think it's about 93 right now. I've been working throughout the day. It was 97 degrees earlier, and I've about had it. But the aft 2 feet are solid as a rock. I mean, these things they're on board. And here's my challenge. These 2, they're perfectly positioned. All the bolts are through. Not a problem. I can see them all readily below. The problem is the distance between the bulkhead where I have to reach through to reach these is almost beyond my reach, and it's not good. I don't even remember how we did this last time. Maybe I didn't. I know that when I took everything apart, I had to do it. Everything had to come undone. So anyway, we're going to get back on this tomorrow. Today is Tuesday. This is the hot day. Tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, and I'm hoping to get these front 2 feet of the Bow Pulpit done. As for now, we're good. What I've got left to do is just these 2. But once these are done, I will consider this a massive success of what has been accomplished for this trip. We will have put in very solidly our brand new, our ancient deck cleat with solid brand new bronze bolts to match 5/16, and the hose pipe is solidly in and bedded and very nicely positioned. The aft 2 feet here of the bow pulpit are all home nice. So that's it. That's what we're gonna leave it for the day. I've got to get out of this heat and try to get some drink some more of the ice water that I've been doing and take a shower. I stink. All right, guys, thanks for coming aboard, and hope you've enjoyed this. This has been quite the trip. I've only got one more day left tomorrow, and then we leave on Thursday. So anyway, thanks for coming aboard. This is my baby, my little Honda 5-horse. Bought this for my brother. He had this aboard Slip Away, his sailboat that he's now gotten rid of, and he sold this to me for, I think it was a grand total of $500. And let me tell you something, I think he paid like almost $2,000 for it. This is a really, really nice, very, very low mileage, almost no mileage usage. And he sold it to me, and I'm happy as a clam. You know, you saw it in the, or you're going to see it in the video that I'm going to show you right after this. That it's just put some gas in. It hasn't, and by the way, it hasn't been touched in 2 years. It's been sitting here in the shed. Hello, and we got it out and put some gas in it. 2 pulls, popped right off, and ran like a top. So yeah, what a blessing. Thank you, Gary, for your generosity and being willing to sell it to me for the amount that you did, man. It was that's a bargain. Okay, that's it.
Working fine, dude.
Second pull. Second pull. And that's after it's been in the shed for 2 years. You know, I think we're in good shape.
I guess so. We put it away right too. That's
yeah. Well, guys, first of all, before I introduce this series of videos coming up of all the work that got done on Little Girl over the past week, I want to just say a huge thank you to my brother Gary. He came over, and let me tell you something. Work that should have taken me, would have taken me by myself, maybe not getting it done at all, but it would have taken many hours. With Gary's help, Gary did most of the below deck work, and was able to put on the washers and the nuts and get those all in position. And then I went topside and used a screw gun, and anyway, within, I think, 2 hours, everything was done. The whole the front 2 feet of the bow pulpit are now solidly home, as are the back feet that I already finished as of yesterday. So hey, we are done with this project, and I am so proud of it. And Gary, thank you, man. You're just phenomenal. Appreciate your help. Couldn't have done it without you. All right, and I mean that. Okay, next I'm gonna go ahead and do a separate introduction to this series. So thank you for being here, and again, thank you, Gary. Awesome job, bud. Okay, I'm going to introduce this series. Over a week ago, I believe a week ago Wednesday, which is today. In other words, just exactly a week ago, we drove to the Cape, and with a week of vacation time for me to work on this boat. You have no idea what an absolute wonderful experience that is to get up every day and just get out here and do the work. And so it has been phenomenal, and we tackle these projects one at a time, First project we did was to get our deck cleat centered up on in the center of the foredeck, and mounted it with a backing plate. Everywhere I could, I used backing plates, but I created a backing plate for it, and mounted it with the four brand new bronze 5/16 bolts that match the original bolts that came with that deck cleat. Probably, oh, I know, it had to be over 50 years ago. This boat is 53 years old now. So anyway, got it all mounted up. That was the first project number one. After we did that, the next one we did was, and I think it was, I know it was a separate day, went ahead and cut the hole and mounted the hose pipe. Let me tell you something. When you've done the amount of work I've done to build this deck, all the way from all the repair work I did to the pan, that's the substrate underneath the coring, underneath the deck on that is built on top of it. When you've done all that much work and you got it to the point where it is a finished deck, solid, okay, to cut a 2-inch hole in it, I don't know about you, but that caused me some trepidation. But I did it, okay? I cut that 2-inch hole, mounted the hose pipe, got everything done. I'll tell you all about it when we get to the different parts of it. Okay, then after the after the hose pipe was all mounted, the next day started the whole process of mounting the bow pulpit, and that was a lot of work. There's going to be a whole section on that, and I'm not going to go into the details. Suffice it to say, with one man doing it, where you have to do part of the work below, reaching up into the chain locker and putting on fender washers and nuts where you can't even see them, reaching in there and trying to get that all in place, spin it up, then go topside. And by the way, the way you've got to do this, if you ever have to do this, is when you get everything in place and you know that it's there, even if you can't see it, you take a pair of vice grips and you lock it on to that nut at the very bottom of it's got all that threading you got to take up. Get that vice grip locked on there, and then go topside and begin to turn it with your heavy duty screwdriver. And sure enough, eventually what happens is that it socks it right up and it makes it nice and tight, and you're home. Anyway, that was all done in about 2 days. So I'm not going to go into the rest of the detail here, but suffice it to say, I think we're going to be going one item at a time. We'll begin by working on the deck cleat, getting that installed, and then we'll go to the hose pipe, and then we'll go to the bow pulpit. So, guys, thank you for coming. And our very first one, and I'm giving the thank you to my brother here at the very beginning of this, and actually he was the big part of the very last part, which is getting the bow pulpit.